Hello, and welcome back to Booming Entertainment, where we take a look at what is happening with celebrities in entertainment. Before we jump in, please do subscribe to this channel and like this video. Also, let us know what you think about today's video in the comment section. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Funny thing is actually as I was running into the studio with the rest of my fellow Spider-Men, I fell over. I literally ate shit. Sorry, Sony.
Peter, are you hiding something?
How dare you? I've never been so sold in my life.
Tom, Peter's not British. He's from New York.
Oh, he is? Oh, all right. Give me a minute. Okay. What's going on?
I think it's gonna fall off, dude.
Okay.
Come on, Spider-Man.
And then eventually they sent me the new sides for the third audition, which were as Spider-Man fighting a character called Blue Streak. Is that his name? The one with the rollerblades?
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Tom, I read that you auditioned 7 times, or sent in 7 audition tapes for this movie.
8 times, actually.
8, okay.
Yeah.
What did those tapes consist of?
Just backflips. Like, hey, what's up? I'm Tom Holland. Backflip. I should be Spider-Man. Side flip. Watch what I can do. In playing a character like Spider-Man, he is probably the most physical character you could ever play. So every day, I was having to land in poses. The amount of times I pulled my groin on this movie is ridiculous. And for me, that was one of my favorite things about the movie, that everyone was taking it seriously, you know? I kind of thought that maybe people would take the piss a little bit and mess around. Sorry. I should have a beer right now. No, I definitely shouldn't. That scene that Michael's talking about is a scene where Peter Parker's spent, he's done, and I was doing that to sort of tire myself out. I was fully clothed in that scene, Zendaya. So as a joke, I suggested to Marvel that I should go to a high school undercover. Right. And it was completely a joke, and Marvel took it completely seriously. I guess they didn't get my British sarcasm. And so the next thing I know, I was had a backpack with a pencil case on my way to Bronx School of Science.
Oh boy.
The best advice I ever received is...
turn nerves into excitement.
The worst advice I ever received is...
get a jacuzzi. I just met all your brothers. Bring the boys to Cali. Get a medical marijuana license. There you go. You got an excuse. Have some fun, dude.
Oh, I will.
Have some fun for me.
Oh, I will. Go Out and Have Some Fun by Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
basically told me to go crazy.
Oh, that is terrible.
The name of a spider that can act, dance, and sing.
Tom Holland. I don't know why Anthony started doing that, but I just started seeing all these interviews like Tom Holland is.
That's right.
I was like, oh no, what's come out? No.
Tom's an asshole.
All right.
So
I think the best piece of advice that Michael gave me was about my character, and I, as an actor, was really adamant about trying to ground Peter's powers in reality and make them realistic, and that's exactly what he did for Marissa Tomei has just arrived. That's what he did.
And Huggins, who's our key rigger, who's one of the original Spider-Man doubles, did my shackles up one time. That sounds really wrong. And
how many times did you have to audition for it?
I did 8 auditions in total.
A number of months that you were going through it?
Yeah, it was about 5.5 months, the audition process.
I'd been auditioning for 6 or 7 months, and it was crazy. 6 or 7 months, 4 months. It wasn't 6 or 7 months. This is exaggerating. That's what I do. I'm an actor. I pretend. A lot of smoking in this one. The camera's about half a foot away from my face. Half a foot. No one says that. But anyway, I was smoking the cigar, and the director really wanted me to keep it in frame, and it was burning my eyes. And he was like, the emotion was so good in that scene. I was like, dude, that was just the smoke messing with my eyes. There was no emotion behind that at all. And people are going to start talking to you differently, and you are ruining my interview.
This is not that much.
Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. How does it stick to this surface? I should ask it some tips. I'm like, dude, how do you do that, bro? Actually, no, there's a scene where it's in the trailer where my suit falls off and Jacob is in the room with me, and I did have weights in the room. They were like rolling. I was like, let's go. Don't get ripped. But yeah, no, I just did. Is that how you work out? The funny thing is that process of waiting for Civil War to come out, the Spider-Man card didn't really work yet, because you can't be like, oh, I'm Spider-Man. I'm like, no, you're not. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. But now that movie's come out, my Spider-Man card is in full effect.
Yeah, I actually had Tinder for a while, and
I think at the time you could only use Facebook pictures.
Right, okay,
and
yeah.
I never used my Facebook, right? So the only pictures of me from Facebook are when I'm like 12, right? So, and I used like 6 pictures from my Facebook, obviously forgot about my profile, and was liking all these people. I'm like, why is no one liking me? And it looks like some like 12-year-olds made up his own account as a 20-year-old, you know? So I was not successful.
You know where you... On a sort of educational level, I don't really have one, if I'm honest. I don't really miss going to school. Probably Einstein. Guy's a genius. I don't know why I said that.
But yeah, my gymnastics background was the most helpful thing. But the funny thing is the director got too excited at times. He was like, Tom, can you climb up that wall and then do a double backflip off here onto there? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an Olympian. Like, I have a basic gymnastics background. Oh. Get off. Go with the extra bit. There you go.
That's it.
Oh. Okay, guys,
I've
become a fear now. I feel good about spiders.
Okay, we're not tired.
I think I need some water. Feeling a little faint, I'm not gonna lie.
If I could star in any remake of any movie, what would it be? Right now I'm going to start my campaign for me to be the new James Bond. I would like to be James Bond one day. Let's say 10 years time. Let's make it happen, Sony. Let's go.
I need you to smoke cigarettes. Can you smoke cigarettes? I was like, yeah, I can smoke a cigarette. Give it here. And they gave me one of those old school, like World War II cigarettes, which are super fat with no filter in them. So I lit the cigarette on camera for the first time with Benedict.
Great.
First time I'd done anything with him either. I was like, sorry. It was so embarrassing.
Damn it. This is live, isn't it? Damn. So at one point, Spider-Man ends up in a lake. I'm gonna get in so much trouble now. Oh no!
You know, I prepared my lines, prepared my scene. I went in, I did the scene.
He was brilliant.
And you said, thank you, that was great. Now do it as a wolf. And I'm like, okay. So all I did was this.
I like his style.
I said croissant. I don't know how would you say a croissant?
I would say croissant.
How would you say croissant? A croissant, right? And my fans were like, Tom Holland can't say croissant, he says quaxon. Croissant, 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 croissant. And every fan I meet, they take a video, they're like, hey man, can you say quaxon? I'm like, quaxon.
Give me a sense, okay, going into this one.
This is really uncomfortable chair.
This is
trying to find the best.
You're so Spider-Man, you can go however you want.
Let's pretend. It's not real.
Don't ruin this for me.
Yeah, this is the most, I'm gonna sit like this, don't I?
Okay,
here we go.
Next time we'll get your writer about the specific chair you need.
Yeah, I told you guys to get me a proper chair. God. Harrison.
So...
Peter, are you hiding something?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Are you doing Batman?
Where is she?
Okay, that's not even the right cinematic universe.
Yes, it is.
No, it's definitely not.
You're wrong. It is. There's been crossovers. There has. I've seen them.
Tom, if you keep doing this, we're gonna get sued.
I have so much money. I'm Batman.
No, you're not Batman.
What was your first kiss like?
Oh, the first time I ever made out with someone. Shout out to Megan Josser, wherever you are.
Name drop.
I'm gonna go dark. How big? It's definitely a nightmare to put on and take off. If you want to go to the bathroom, you have to plan like 45 minutes in advance. I nearly wet myself one time. It was a close call. Because you know how sometimes it just comes on, you're like, I need to go now. Yeah. And it's like, zip me up, unzip me, unzip me, and then you're like, get it off, get it off!
So what was it like meeting Robert Downey Jr. for the first time?
So I was in Atlanta for my first screen test. They told us 25 minutes before that Robert was gonna come along and do the audition. Literally on cue, a helicopter like flew down and Robert got out and came for his audition. And I was like, one day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
One day! My stunt coordinator asked me to get flexible. I tried, and it just I wasn't successful. I can't even touch my toes. And yeah, so we had some hindrances when it came to
Spider-Man can't touch his toes. Nope, can't do it.
Can't do it.
If you love this video and would like to see more on the focus of our favorite celebrities and television shows, do not forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell button to keep up with our trending videos. That's it for now. Do have a beautiful rest of your day. Well, I'll see you in the next video.